Hello, namaskar, bonjour. Welcome to Bharat Science Transnational webinar series 11. It's about digitalization of human emotion. So, as you know, we have these webinars every Saturday at 9:30 a.m. in the morning. That's 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Canada, and it's 8 p.m. Daily Time, India. And you're welcome to join us at any time. You can find more information on bharattimes.ca. And today our presenters are Dr. Ram Sharma. He's Associate Professor and Head Department of English in India. And he is also the editor of two very prestigious publications. And we have Renu Sharma. She's a certified yoga teacher, and she has worked in the I would say in medicine industry for most of her life. And she's from BC, and myself as the editor of Bharat Times. And okay, so we're going to start on the digitalization of human emotion. Okay. So we are living in a digital age, and we're stepping into it more and more so progressively. We are trying our best to digitalize our emotions, as well as we are trying to give emotions to our digital counterparts, or let's say the artificial intelligence. Right? But we have to remember who has created the artificial intelligence. It's us who created the artificial intelligence. So now the artificial intelligence can replicate our emotions. No problem. We can tell them to laugh or cry, or we can put these emotions in them, and they can replicate that because we are telling them so. But the question is, can it have its own emotions on its own, which is highly debatable. Some say yes, some no, but I guess mostly it's a no, because so far, whatever has been done in that field, we have not been able to give any emotions to the artificial intelligence at all. And there is a TV show about humanoids and how they're trying to build human robots, and not even just give them emotions, but also at times to try to control their emotions. And but that's, as you can see, it's only a TV show and highly debatable. So as humans, we have digitalized almost everything. And whatever is left, we're trying our best to digitalize. And now the issue is to regulate human emotions in this digitalization age. And there's a lot of stress because it's bringing a whole lot of change. And as we're trying to digitalize, everything is being digitalized. So starting with our information, right? So whether it's something we own, something we like, something we dislike, it's being, the information is being kept online and in databases. And how, if you must ask, we have so much of social media. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, and we are just all over the place. All of a sudden, we are global beings in this digitalization process in the digital era, right? And all of that is fine. I mean, our faces can be digitalized, our information can be digitalized, and it can be kept in the databases. But the very, very core of the humans that basically separates us from the, there are a lot of things which separate us from the artificial intelligence, but however, today we're going to keep our focus on the emotions, human emotions. They truly separate us from any other artificial intelligence. So what does that do, digitalization of human emotions? You know, we can put our information. However, how do you digitalize happiness? Happy face? Is that enough? You know, a crying face, or there are all kind of emojis floating around, you know, and that's sometimes we find it just easy. You know, we pick up our phone, yeah, happy face or a thumbs up or a click, or, we have a response like there, a quick one. So what are we trying to do? Are we trying to race? I mean, we are trying to fasten the processes, yes, but why? So that maybe we can relax. But are we relaxing with that? In a way, we're adding more stress to ourselves when we say, okay, which one do I have to choose? Now it's not a matter of just a simple response that comes from you. It's not a straightforward response, but instead it's a matter of choosing. Did I choose the right one? Oh, I didn't know this one meant that. And a lot of people are still trying to get on board with this digitalization process. And a lot of them are finding frustrating. And that's because it's a big change, and that's something they're not used to, and something that they will get used to very soon. But in the meantime, as I said, it is adding a lot of stress, too much stress to them. And that is the digitalization process. And in the meantime, we are getting unemotional or de-emotional, or however you'd prefer to say it. So in this process of digitalization of human emotion, we are actually stepping away from our emotions. Okay, we're not being emotional at that point. We are being digitalized. We're feeling digital at the point. Okay, it's a matter of putting your finger to press something and choosing which one to press. And if we become kind of like the robotic type, we become the other one. We become the kind of like the artificial intelligence, and our emotions are lost in the way. So again, in the on the path of digitalization of human emotions, there aren't any emotions left except the imprints of those emotions, which we can just float around in our on our social media and in our contact with each other. And nowadays, in this digitalization era, people also, they would prefer that they had, I mean, this is an example, that they would prefer to have something, they would rather write something or send something rather than even talk. Because when we speak, our emotions show. It's doesn't matter how you speak, there are emotions attached to it. Because we are humans, and this is one of our inner being, inner part of us that, that is just there. We cannot be totally objective because we are subjective beings. And as subjective beings, we will always have emotions attached, whether even if we're trying to be unemotional, but as an emotion, it'll still be there, apparent in that. And so there's a little joke between a husband and wife. So wife tells him, okay, tell our friend there so-and-so that we're not coming. So can you tell this and this, give them this excuse that I came late and this and that. So he gets it all down. He goes, yeah, I'm going to call them. So he calls, and he actually gets his friend on the other line, says, hello, and he hangs up. And the wife asks, why didn't you say something? And he's like, but he actually answered. I had already everything prepared to leave a message. So people are even, a lot of the times they would rather be just sending these messages instead of being bothered to call up and talk and stuff. And it's just a give and take. It's push and pull, because in digitalization area, people are not talking as much. The system is being set up in such a way that we don't need to talk as much. And whenever we call an office, what do we get? Animated machine. And they have animated processes. You can call banks and talk to the phone, do everything. You can call government offices and just talk to the phone and go through these options and stuff. And this is just how it's being evolved. And in all this process, it's the human emotions that are being left out. I want to just digress here. For an example, this is a pattern that's happening because we started our webinars with sustainable development, and when that had started, that also kind of like put the because the sustainable development, meaning the development that should be sustained. However, the rat race was on the development that is boosted by showing the higher numbers of GDP, right? So in order to do that, I mean, the higher the GDP did not really say whether people were happy or not. It just meant that people were into the market economy. So the same thing is happening. So this is part of that progressive development. And so I would say, kind of like just to tie things together, how a pattern is being developed, that this is also not part of the sustainable development as well, in a way, because it doesn't really care about how we actually feel, and it doesn't really, follow through with the emotions. It's just, as I said earlier, it's just imprints of emotions. Okay, we feel this, we feel this, we feel this. It's just a matter of choosing the button. That's it. So that's what we have brought ourselves down to, just to digitalize not just the information or anything, but our very core of human beings. That's our emotions. And there's, because of that, we see a rise in clinical services like the support meetings, or the people who are seeking counsel. And if you pay attention, that a lot of the jobs these days, especially with the big companies, they will even offer employment assistance. Why? Because they want people's emotions in check so that people can perform better. That's offered for free by big companies. Small companies can't afford. But so so everyone is aware, the government is aware, and all these big companies, the conglomerates, they are aware that the human emotions are being digitalized, and there is an issue on hand. And that is why those services, however, even though they're offering services, but they're kind of like dismissing the fact too. Yeah, okay, go there, deal with that, but we just want you to come back to us and just perform. And perform in good capacity, in a way. So digitalization of human emotions, yes, it is on the rise. It's being done, and it is going on, and it seems like it's just going to go on and on and on. And that is having a lot of effect on humans and as we are. And as this process goes on, we are feeling less and less emotions. And we are being forced also to feel the emotions. Because nowadays, now that people who are kind of like trying to get back into the workforce, or whether or not, but they're trying to just get onto social media. If they're new to social media, they're being informed or advised that which emotion to put, where, how to put it, right? So everybody's getting good at just checking off these emotion boxes. But how good are we to actually show emotions when we are with friends? Are we actually having emotional relationship with anyone? This is very doubtful, and it is very stressful in this digitalization age. And there's a lot of there's a lot of emphasis on presentation and how it should be presented. Even the emotions, digitalized emotions on social media, how they should be presented. There are GIFs prepared already, and these are being circulated. Do you ever wonder about all these messages which people keep on sending about good morning, good evening, good night, or hello, this and that? These are already prepared by companies, right? For their, some say it's because they want to gather data. Every time you send, it's a virus, regardless of what it is. But the thing is, we are being forced to think how we should have our emotional response, because we're not saying it anymore. We're not writing it anymore. It's just being sent to us. And okay, it's just a matter of choosing. You can choose between this good morning, or this good morning message. And there are so many of them. They're different, but they're not coming from us. They're just coming from, okay, I like this, or someone sent me this, or this one is popular, so I'll send this. That's the digitalization age. And I think we should step aside, come out of it, and be in touch with our emotions. And that can only be done as we develop our relationships deeper, and not just through this social media and stuff, but as they used to be, like the social gatherings, not social gatherings around TV or iPad or something, but social gatherings around talk, as people pour out how they feel and stuff. And well, this is a topic that is very, very large. However, we can go on and on about it. So I'm going to put a stop to it just by concluding that, yes, we do live in digital era. And other than everything else being digitalized, human emotions are also being digitalized, and it is creating a lot of stress. And in the process of digitalization of human emotions, our human emotions are actually being we as humans are being unemotional. We're turning away from emotions as they are being digitalized. And that is something to be aware of. I guess everything starts with awareness, and then go on to how we can change it, and how can we have interaction of real emotions. Okay, so I'm going to end with that. And I would like to invite Renu Sharman, please share your view on digitalization of human emotions.
Thank you, Monica ji. Good morning, everyone. Like Monica ji has explained in very much detailed what emotions are and what digitalization is. It's a tongue twister for me. I try to say, but just be fair with me. What are emotions? Emotions are the interface of our human beings, and but we are talking about what emotions have become these days. They have become digital for us. We press a button, and then we get the expressions that we want to show or we want to feel. In my kind of era, I had never imagined that I will come to live in this kind of world where we don't have to talk. We will just press the buttons, and our emotions are expressed. And you just watch TV, what show you want to watch, you just press a button, all the shows come. And so many choices are there, so many choices that we just get overwhelmed with them. We get stressed out, overwhelmed, then we can't pick which one we want to do. And we still keep watching those kind of things. And then we, at the end, we say, oh my God, I am so stressed out. I need to sleep now. And then you go to bed, you can't sleep because there's so much digitalization in sleep also, because, like you want to listen to good night news, or you want to listen to some songs. So choices are enormous. You don't know if you want to watch TV, or you want to listen to any music, and what music you want to listen. There's a jazz, there is a rock music, there is a I just don't know how to even explain. Choices are so many that we just are bound to just feel, okay, I think I just that's what I will do. I think I can just face all these kind of things. I'm just going to sit back and relax. And how you can relax? Still thinking about the same thing. Every time we sit, we always have a phone in our hand, because we think, without phone, we can't even go to the bathroom. Phone has to be with us, because we think we have a world in our hand. If we let go of our phone, we are just losing the control of ourselves. We just don't know how to even react anymore without the phone. And just emotions. Emotions are very, very complex. We're talking about emotions today, and because they do explain the physical and psychological aspect of the changes it brings on our faces. And what are the emotions? Emotions, we have anger is emotion, happiness is emotion, surprise is the emotion, disguise is the emotion, sadness is emotion, and fear is the emotion. They are all emotions. And we how we show them, how we feel them in a totally different light, right? And do we get help of the digital applications? Do we get help from all these other devices that we have? Smartphone, we have iPhone, we have all sorts of phones, and there's so much variety too, because then even we think about the variety of having a digital phone in our hand, we get so stressed. Oh my god, which phone to get? I hope I get the best one. Some people, they do have some uh, they think phone is a part of their livelihood, and some people think phone is a part of their connection to the world. And it's a different emotion that we go through when we do pick the applications like that. And these emotions, um, these emotions, they drive our behaviors, how we behave in the world. They do drive them. And these emotions are also expressed from our body languages, body layers, like um, um, uh, like expressions, our tone of the voice, our actions, um, how we let the world know how we are feeling. And we have to be very careful. And we try not to be careful about that because we know we can use the digital era of that. So we don't have to even show our emotions. We don't have to show our face. We show the digital faces to people. Oh, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm fearful, and those kind of things. And we are hidden behind them because they have become our faces. It is very frightening to think what the world has become or what is going to become even more. And human conditions, human being people have not changed, but their interface has changed. And the world we exist in it has changed, enormously. And human interact, we one another, we are increasingly on the rise how we interact, but it's also through the digital devices. We are not making ourselves, or we can have a conversation with so and so. We just don't have words to explain them. We think, oh yeah, I just sent up the message, I sent everything, I sent all the flowers, I sent all my heartbeats, I sent everything. And we think, sending somebody a heart, we have sent them a heart because we sent them a love. That's not really love. That's basically we sending them, we are still alive, and my heart is beating, and your heart is beating too, and we just send them wishes like that. How how critical a way of um, connecting with people. It's sad. It's not even a good way to apply this kind of digitalization to the people. And emotion, um, they bring communication tools in us, but they are all become digital. We have emoji, we have GIF, we have representation of the face expressions, and then we have the symbolic expressions, because you press this button and then you see the next page, you press this button, you see the back page that you just passed. And digital gestures, or we are just saying you click this and then you get to the other page, you click this and then you get the whole page of another few pages that you have to read, because it has become, you are reading an article and you still they have some code words in there or highlight words in there. If you press on them, that brings a totally different topic. Like, am I reading this or am I reading that? You can't even decide, like there is a detail of everything into the details of everything. How do we differentiate between that? We can differentiate it. We just bypass all those color coded words, and then we just read the paragraph that we have been given. But all these medias and all these authors and all these newspaper, even you read them on the computers or on the digital devices, they all have hidden messages. We have to get to them. If we don't press on those, click those things, and we don't get the hidden messages they want to relate to us. It could be because maybe they are out of the space. It doesn't take that much space. And so to save all the space, they just go into those hidden things that, you only need to read what you need to read. If you don't want to read, you can bypass. And sometimes, like some labels we go through, they say, you like this one, then you press this button. You love this one, you press this button. Like text has become in digital. We don't read the text. We read the digital things, because it will shrink the material into maybe few lines. This is what the digitalization has become. You do relay the message, but you relay the message in a way that people can understand. Of course, I can understand happy face much better than reading a page of something, because and I'm happy with that. And if I'm not happy with that, then maybe I will just go read a book or something, because I am still not satisfied. But I am here, what I am up to, and what I'm here for, and what I can get the information to relate to different subject that I'm looking for. Because we have all become subjective to these kind of things. We have to look at the objects that we are using to get the subjectiveness of the topics. And then we have sometime you will say some kind of explanation mark, because it will tell you that there is some explicit explicit language is going to be there, so be careful. And it just tells maybe the parents to be careful about what kids are going to read, what kids are going to watch, and all those kind of things. But kids are, they know way more than us, because they are our parents these days. Because in digital world, we try to do only very little just to bypass our way into that media. But these kids are very, very smart these days. I don't know if this era is different, but they are born into, or these devices have made them into like that. And I don't really believe that, because I think the kids who are born in these environments in the world today, they're much more smarter. They are already, maybe I can say, they are born digitally themselves, because this is how I don't know how else I can explain the children these days. And they are full of knowledge. They are full of with smart kids I'm talking about. They are full of scholastic qualities in them. And I'm so proud of some of the kids. And sometimes, we speak to little kids, and we always, oh my God, these kids know so much. I never think of that. I never thought of that all my life. And kids already know those things. That at 2 years of age, 3 years of age, they know how to operate the phone. They know how to operate the devices. They know how to watch their shows on iPad or something. And one thing they already know, the one thing we're providing them with the things that so they can be better at digital. So kids, you will see, they will speak their mind, and then they will still, something is going in their head, because when you talk to them, all of a sudden they come with such a brilliant answer to us. Oh my God, this kid is so smart. I was never smart at that age. We try to compare ourselves, but we were when we were at their age. Maybe we didn't even know how to clean our nose properly in those days, because we were just, I think the world has changed. Environment has changed, how we operate, how we talk, how we behave. Everything has brought a change in us. And also when we do, even when we shop or something, what do we look for? Okay, I want to get the best thing for myself. I have to see the best shirt. I have to see, and all those shirts, even they have tags on them. They have Even you look on the internet, they also have so much information on them. Okay, what is made out of, what is due to you, where it comes from, where it has been made, and it's so much information. And maybe we look at them, oh, it's been made in Brazil, it's made in Portuguese, it's made in Taiwan, because then you compare the countries, they make the things. Okay, oh, made in China, okay, put that, aside, or made in Taiwan, put that aside, and we will go for the higher brands, because digitalization gives us access to so much stuff that we had never seen before, we never heard before. And now you want to just see anything, you just click the button and then it's there. But are we happier with that? Are we content with that? Are we satisfied with that? I don't think so, because at the end of the day, we are still so emptied out. We still want to fill the void with something. And what we fill the void with the TVs, more digital. What we fill the void with, looking on the Facebook, more digital. Like we have no way to run unless we get rid of these devices, and then we can just sit and relax. But I think it's very, very hard to do that. And human emotions, I think I will advise that we need to set aside these devices. We need to talk face to face. We try to do that. We try to meet a friend at the coffee shop, and still somebody is phoning them. It's more important for them to check the phone who's phoning instead of talking to you. You met for coffee, right? And two people are eating maybe in a restaurant, and both of them have their phones. Why are they together? Why are they eating on the same table, but they're still on the phones? Because it's really bothers me, or it's a mind-boggling, how human people tolerate this kind of behavior from each other. We are letting it go. We are letting it build up to the extent, right? Because nobody can say anything to nobody because you don't want to talk. Okay. These days, even the parents used to give us timeout in the rooms, go to the room. And now if we give that timeout to the rooms, if the kids have some kind of devices in the room, they will happily run to the room. They know they can live there forever till they have to go to the bathroom or they have to eat something, because they have those devices to depend on, right? Their feelings are depending on the digital devices, how they feel and what they feel. And these digital devices have done a lot of damage to human characters. People have done so much damage to other people on the Facebook. It's just a pressing a button, you can change somebody's world forever, right? Because you put the information on Facebook for somebody and people can relate to, and you can corner the people, and you can label the people. And is that fair? No, it's not fair. So I think we should keep that digitalization to the devices. We should only press the button when we need to press the button, and we should vocalize our opinions, vocalize our challenges in a way that can show our expressions, our tone of voice is there. We can tell them how we are feeling. But again, we have to be very careful with the tone of voice too. That again, tone of voice can show your emotions. Oh, this person is so angry when talking to me. This person, even you talk on the phone, you can tell what emotion on the other person is showing you, because is he happy to talk to you? Is he sad to talk to you? Is he doing something to when talking to you? Is he eating something when he's talking to you? All these emotions that bring back to you, oh, why I'm talking to this person? This person is not really into me. And he's just yapping away, he's making tea, doing dishes, still talking to me. Like, do we really have to listen to that? No, not really. But again, it's our choice. We're letting it happen. We are so desperate to talk to somebody that we let them do the dishes, do the cutting of the vegetables, and we still talk to them. And but on the others, everybody has to be aware of how much buttons they can push off the other people. If the other person is very, okay, if you don't have time to talk to me some other time when you have time, right? And that time will never come, maybe. Okay, this person is gone, I will find somebody else who can let me cut the vegetables and talk to them at the same time, right? So again, this world is digital emotionally and psychologically and physically, and we have to be well aware of that. how much control we are giving to these devices who helping us to make our life digital and in the connecting world. And I will leave everything up to you guys now to decide what we talked about. Is that legit? Is that here to stay, and or more to come to distress us even more in a bigger picture? Okay, and so I will give it back to Monica ji now. And okay, Monica ji, that's all. Okay.
Thank you, Energy, for presenting that. Now we will go to Dr. Sharma. Please tell us your view on digitalization of human emotions.
Yeah, ma'am, namaskar. Here it is. Good night and good morning to you all. And I welcome you all.
Thank you.
The topic is very interesting, digitalization of human emotions. So first, we have to search out if we are human beings, then there should be emotions. There is no other animal available which can show happiness, annoyance, envy, jealousy, resentment, hope, or hatred. This is only human being who has all these emotions. And if we don't have these emotions, then we are not human beings. मुझे ध्यान नहीं, मानव की तरह कोई और जानवर भी उपलब्ध है जो हंस सकता है या रो सकता है मानव की तरह. और यही हमारी स्पेशलिटीज है कि we are human beings if we have these human emotions. दूसरा क्वेश्चन मैं खुद ही सोच रहा था, शुरू से ही सोच रहा हूं कि रोबोट्स जिनके अंदर हम ह्यूमन इमोशंस डालेंगे वो ह्यूमनोइड्स कहलाएंगे, लेकिन मानव जिसके अंदर ह्यूमन इमोशंस हैं वो रोबोट बनता जा रहा है, उसे क्या कहा जाए? एक रोबोट जिसके अंदर हम ह्यूमन इमोशंस डालेंगे उसे ह्यूमनोइड कहेंगे, लेकिन हमारे अंदर जो इमोशंस हैं और हम रोबोट्स बनते जा रहे हैं, हमें क्या कहा जाए? ये मैं मोनिका जी और ऑल द लिसनर्स को के लिए मैं छोड़ता हूँ कि उसे क्या कहा जाए. जी, अभी यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कैलिफोर्निया और कॉर्नेल यूनिवर्सिटी ने एक सर्वे किया, एंड दैट सर्वे हैज बीन डन ऑनलाइन ऑन more than 6 million people, and they were all social media users, WhatsApp users or Facebook users. So what they found that those people were more stressed out who are using these gadgets, Facebook or WhatsApp, than the other persons who are using these in a very limited way. Here in India, I don't know what's the situation in Canada. Here, all the festivals we are celebrating through WhatsApp and sending messages, happy Deepavali, happy Holi. And I say if I have 1,000 contacts, I will receive 1,000 messages, WhatsApp messages of happy Diwali. And then I have to respond them back to 1,000 people. So you can better understand we are making our emotions express in a better way, or it is just the misuse of digitalization, what we can call it. Even these things, even in politics, if we come to the politics, all the elections here in India are fought through Facebook, through WhatsApp. So we are making a man a machine. I am receiving one message of good morning, I am sending it to 10 persons without any emotions, just clicking the button. So these are the questions where we are going. Are we the real humanoids, or what we can call ourselves as robotic human beings, or walking cops, or program robots? Is very difficult to say. As Dr. Monica ji said, that some companies, they are keeping the emotions less so that people can work efficiently. But my question is there, अगर हम लोगों के अंदर लोगों को मोटिवेट कर सकें, उनके अंदर जज्बा या काम करने का साहस जगा सकें, तो क्या वो ज्यादा काम नहीं करेंगे? इमोशंस कम करके ज्यादा काम करेंगे या जज्बा जगा कर ज्यादा काम करेंगे? ये हमें एक सोचने का हमारे सामने प्रश्न है अभी। आई वॉज जस्ट रीडिंग एंड नोटिंग द थिंग्स. It's very important topic in the present scenario. People are not much interested in having good food. They are more interested in having a big car, big houses, big status.
Sure.
Because good food can be obtained very easily. They are interested in something which can be attained. They are not interested in attaining the things which can be attained very easily. But if you look back upon these sentences, you will find when organic food is almost impossible to gain, it has become a status symbol. We are having organic food. We are having clothes imported from India. So these things keep on changing. The mentality is the same. The things which are obtained in a difficult way becomes the status symbol. And how these things are very much related with our mind, with our egos. And our big houses are becoming more and more bigger. Our cars are becoming more and more bigger. And our emotions are becoming more and more smaller, more and more digitalized. The whole world is trying to fulfill the non-essential. 90% of the industry is involved with non-essential things. And what are those? Designing new houses, designing new cars, clothes, powders, soaps. But we are not caring about our emotions, our lives, our health. We are caring more about these things. To reach the moon is completely non-essential, but that has become a status symbol that USA or USSR, the first two countries who went to the moon. I don't need view, new hotel. These things are, I want to read the statement of Henry Ford. Wherever Henry Ford used to go, used to stay in a very cheap hotel, used to wear very simple clothes. And what was the problem with his son? His son asked for the costly hotels, costly clothes. And then the question was asked from Henry Ford, why he is searching for the cheap hotels. Then he answered, I'm quoting from Henry Ford, I do not need new hotels, new clothes. My son's behavior is just the exhibition. He is not yet attuned or attained what I have attained or attuned. Wherever I stay, I am Henry Ford. So this was the answer given by Henry Ford. And then what comes? That after that comes the showmanship. It's a part of the ego. I am this, I am that. I am having this mobile phone. I am having this gadget made of Apple. I have purchased this latest one. You saw your exhibition or your exhibit. Ego cannot exist in indifference, either for me or against me. I need people that can be in favor of me or against me. Self is nothing but a synonym of the ego. We are liking selfies. We are keeping more and more selfies, pics, and posting on our Facebook, social media, and sending through WhatsApp messages. So we are and involving more in selfies, and that it is related with selfishness. Self is nothing but a synonym to the ego. No Atman, no self. Your mind is like an onion, just like an onion. If you keep on peeling the onion, in the end, what will you find? You will find just the void, nothing. If you peel the whole onion, in the end, it is nothing. So there was a question, I would quote the story. When Mahatma Buddha or Siddhartha was born, the astrologer said that either he can become a Chakravarti king or a saint. So that thing happened. He became a saint. He left his beautiful wife and a son. He went in the forest. He walked through the forest. There was the footsteps. And then the a famous astrologer came and he saw the footsteps, signs of the footsteps. He was just wondering, these are the sign footsteps of a Chakravarti or a great king. What that great king is doing here in the forest? He went near Lord Buddha and asked, either my knowledge is wrong, which I have gained, but that knowledge tells me that you should be a Chakravarti king. You should not be a saint. Then Lord Buddha answered in a beautiful way. He said, astrology or astrologer tells us either about our past or about our future, but I am the present. I am the present. My sainthood, my present situation, and what you are seeing, that is my present real stage. Either you can judge my past or you can judge my future, but your astrology cannot judge my present. In what situation I am. So these things, the digitalization of human emotions, we are sending emojis, we are sending the signs of happiness, we are sending signs of anger, we are keeping the photographs of our 20 years back in our Facebook page or on WhatsApp display picture. We are keeping those pictures of our youth age. We are not living in the present. Either we are living in the past or either we want to live in future. So that's the the point I want to raise. We are not living in the present. We are not accepting that we are aging. Aging is our reality. We have to become old. But either we want to live with our 20 years old beautiful picture. I don't know to whom we are deceiving. Either we are deceiving self or we are deceiving the people. As far as digitalization of human emotions come, we are not able to feel the other persons. And at the same times, we are not able to feel ourselves, our emotions. We think we are just robots. And we keep on just running in a dark tunnel, the destination we don't know. And its speeds keep on increasing day by day, second by second. And we just live helplessly, and we become more and more egoistic, and we get sadistic pleasure. And these things are related then with our own health. These things create high blood pressure, sugar, diabetes, and we are in a much more web, and our emotions are repressed. We are not able to express our emotions. So I don't know. Either we are humanoids, we are the real humanoids, or are we real human beings? That is the question. The lines in your hand is Lord Buddha told the astrologer that your astrology is telling my past or my future. It's not talking about my present. So these are the emotions that tells us about our present real situation, how we are feeling. If we keep our picture of smiling of 20 years back, what will it represent? Are we trying to hide our present? Are we deceiving ourselves? Or really what's its purpose is? Awaken your consciousness. Your being will not die. Live in a way that fire within you shines bright and glowing. You only know one happiness, and that is the happiness of forgetting yourself. You want to forget yourself, either through narcotics, drugs, liquor. You want to forget yourself. You want to remember your past, or you are planning your future. You're not enjoying your present moment. This present moment is your life, your real life, what you are living at present moment. You try to forget yourself by going to Facebook, to WhatsApp, to social media, through all these digital happiness or sadness or anger. There is one more incident I would like to quote here. Mark Twain is a famous American author, and he delivered a good speech. And then one question was asked from him, "How was your speech?" And then Mark Twain answered, "Which speech you are talking? Which one I prepared? The one I actually gave, or the one that I now think I should have given?" So it is your consciousness that should be present with the present moment. Who is the holy man? One who is aware and who is a sinner, who is not unaware. So be aware, be conscious, live with you will live with your present moment, whether it is full of happiness, full of anger, full of sadness, but don't try to deceive yourself by keeping the picture of 20 years old of your youth. So I don't know that a kind of a momentary happiness you can have, but in the end, you know that you are old, but to whom you are trying to deceive. Your body can be aging, but your heart can be full of 20 years of youth, and you can have the zeal, the happiness. So you do not need digital emotions, you need real emotions, real people, real smiles, real faces.
Mhm.
The moment you say I, you become separate from the whole world. You alienate yourself and you disconnect yourself from your own existence. So it is not I, it is your I, EYE, that you have to see through your eyes where you stand, where your happiness stands, where your emotions stand. It is not just hiding yourself behind these digital emotions. You need real emotions to express. We need people to share. At least in the morning, we are saying, "Good morning." Let it is not our duty to go to that person with a flower and ask from him how you are, how was your day. I was missing you. I am praying for your happiness. So at least we can spare 5 minutes or 10 minutes in a, instead of sending good morning to 20 people or 50 people. That is not working. So in the end, I would like to read one poem from my poetry collection, Lamp of Love. And the title of the poem is He is Nearest to You. I have no enlightenment. I do not know who am I. Almighty was very near. In spite of that, he was too far. I keep on searching him out, going city to cities, temple to temples. Almighty is present inside my own form and structure. In the pureness of my heart, my pure heart will take me to him. I am blind in spite of my eyes. I am powerless in spite of mundane power. I have no knowledge in spite of all degrees. Almighty is present in every living being, but I am unable to see him. My hands are unable to touch his lotus feet. I am not able to know the depth of my heart. I am not able to search even myself through. How can I search God, filling all directions with love? Inside his divine heart, which is too far, he is nearest to you. He is nearest to you. And in the end, I would like to recite this wonderful poem. World will change with your laugh. Your digital emotions will change with your laugh. The world will change. The dark night will disappear within a glittering dawn. The world will change with your laugh. Open all your eyes with positivity. The ferocious storm will change into a cool breeze. The flowers of feeling will open and blossom. The vines of love will ever grow strong. Consciousness of prayer shines upon the darkness of night. The dark night will disappear within a glittering dawn. The world will change with your laugh. The world will change with your laugh. Keep smiling, be happy, keep asking, keep meeting the people. And in the end, I thank you all. Namaste, pranam.
Thank you, Dr. Ram Sharma, for presenting a very full version of digitalization of human emotions. So there are a couple of questions that I had that were emailed, and those are, where are they? Are the digital emotional responses on social media objective or subjective?
I feel subjective.
Okay, why do you think that is so?
Because people are not coming out of from their self. They are more in tune. If you check their Facebook pages, if they are going with a flower, they want to have it. They are not enjoying the flower. Rather, they are more worried to keep a digital picture with that flower.
True.
Their focus is on having the picture. They are not enjoying the flower. So it's more
So I
subjective
feel
than
the same way. Yes,
yeah.
it's a matter of like just choosing which one to choose. That's it, nothing else. And the second one is, have our emotions changed in the next generation compared to our generation? Let's say about with the gap of 25 years.
Exactly. If we don't use our emotions in a real way, it's going to disappear. And that's the same question I asked in the beginning of my discussion. I asked that the robots, the scientists are trying to have them with human emotions and calling them humanoids. But we human beings having the human emotions, we are trying to become the robots. What we call ourselves then.
Yeah, true. So you would say that, Renuji, do you have any comments on this? Have our emotions changed in the new generation compared to our generation?
Oh, big time. We are living in totally different world with no connection, with no love. It's basic fake. We are living in fakeness, right?
And that's what I guess that's why the bondage is less and less. And I think that's probably part of the I wouldn't say it's the process of digitalization or purpose or goal, whichever one it may be, but yeah, there is less bondage.
Yeah, part of it is digitalization. Yeah,
it's
part of it.
Yeah, part of the agenda of digitalization.
But again,
and that's
it's up to us how much you want to use it, right? Yeah.
So again, I guess it's similar to that development thing there, how we can make it sustainable, how we can make it so that it's still, has our emotions in check and it doesn't turns us into robots or something, So always finding the balance.
That will be to just get away from the phone, once in a while. And but everybody walks with it, everybody sleeps with it. So how can you? Right?
Yeah.
People say, oh, I just have an alarm clock on my phone. How can I just get rid of the phone? And there are alarm, because you can make the changes. They have to come from you, right? All these gadgets are going to just take you deeper and deeper into the rut that you won't get out.
Yes, you have to draw the line. Okay, so this is my line and this is what I want. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Ram Sharma. Thank you, Renuji, for joining us. Anybody else has any questions? Any other ones? And with that, let's see what's coming up next. Next Saturday, we have How to Not Create Ego. Okay, that's on December 11th, Saturday. So join us for that webinar, and you can, the links are there. They're updated on Bharat Times, or join our WhatsApp group on Bharat Times Canada. Or you can get in touch with us and we will let you know. And would love to have you come and join our webinar next week, December 11th, How to Not Create Ego. Okay, and thank you, everybody, for joining and sharing. And we
thank
will
you. Namaskar.
see you again. Thank you.
Thank you.